after his creation, which means the creation was not an enemy to what? To man. Now, maybe after the curse, then God curses that the snake bit the man, and the man hits the snake, and I think enmity starts. But that's not part of my story. My part of this story is Cain, the decision Cain makes, and the decision Abel makes. Abel chooses to take an easy way, which is pleasing and very enriching, and Cain decides to suffer. Now what happens? Cain starts living, and Abel chooses to live his life the easy way. And what happens at the end of the day, time comes when they have to meet their creator. And of course, meeting a creator means coming with something. And that was in form of sacrifices and offertories. And, the theologians, this. So now, Abel chooses to get the best of his best, and he gives it to God. And then Cain decides also to bring what the Bible says, God was okay with Abel rather than Cain. And then Cain gets annoyed. And when God is moving in other parts of the garden, Cain decides to kill Abel. You see now what happens. People who are living their life the hard way, when they find you living a better life, the easy way, you are not suffering and you are getting money to you, they start finding a way of killing. So you need to be careful with them. Now, the question is, why should one be annoyed of one's success just because one has chosen to take an easy way and you've chosen to take the hard way? Why should you get mentally fixated about why this one is better? Because this one decides to study the subjects, masters it, and instead of seeing that he's working hard, in fact, he finds it easier and even more pleasing to do something he loves. And at the end of the day, he starts getting more success than you. And because you are the seed of Cain, you decide to kill them verbally, physically, depending any kind of death you want to impose on other people. No. Now, what am I trying to say? What I'm saying here is, once you understand these 4 steps to personal growth, business growth, you're going to be free. You're going to start attracting money like a magnet, attracting metals. Why? Because I'm not saying that it's going to be that easy, but I'm going to say it's going to be that simple, because it becomes easier when you have mastered. But at the beginning, it is simple. There are 4 steps we have to go through, and these steps are very clear. And you can only find them, of course, being taught here at Sales Connect. So in short, now to begin with, these steps can help anyone to get better. Now, these steps starts your financial freedom. You got to be financially free. You don't need to have issues with you being rich. Maybe that is also another subject, another topic, another day, that we are programmed naturally by the government, by the media, by the churches, by the culture, to think that being financially free is a sin. As I had told you previously, the movies we are having, the villains are always the rich people. I don't know why it is that way. You get, and the heroes are the poor, which means they are telling you that being poor is okay, is heroic, is a blessing. No, that's not. So, and of course, being rich, it doesn't mean you have to kill others. There are those dubious people who think by being rich is acquiring what doesn't belong to them. I'm not that kind of a teacher today. I'm trying to say that by understanding these 4 steps, me and you can choose to be on a level we want. And by the way, if you are not doing well in your life, you have to judge yourself according to these 4 steps. And I've been teaching them to whoever group I've met, those who have paid and those who have not paid. And I hope you today, you're going to benefit from them. The first one, obviously, and you know it, most people have talked about it, is having a strong belief in yourself and your abilities. Most of us, we are programmed to think we are not the handsome people, we are not the beautiful people, we are not the people who are supposed to acquire certain things. Why? Because we've been nurtured that way. Because people are okay feeling inferior. You hear people playing the victim role, like, it's not me, I'm not supposed, why me, who is me? You hear these things most places in the spiritual houses. The so-called spiritual houses, the fake spiritual houses, where they are always telling you that you don't deserve You never deserved this. It's only by grace. No, it's not about by grace. You deserve whatever you want to deserve. And deserving means working for that. So why are you saying that you're not supposed to be the person? So what I'm trying to say here is that we've been brought up in an environment where being the best is a crime. Why everyone looks at you and he wants to bring you down? Because there are many people fighting you and you think, because when you're at the top, people have to fight you. But again, you don't need to feel bad believing in your abilities. So the first step is you need to work on your belief system. When you believe that money, having a lot of money is bad, now tell me, how will you get a lot of it? When you believe being the best is bad, my people are going to hurt me, how will my family take it if I win? There are most people who have success fears. They are having fears to be successful. It's a joke, because how can I fear to be successful? But of course, when you are an environment of envious people, jealous people, you are programmed not to be successful. Why? Because they will take you differently. And that is a big case on a international scene. One day, Tyson was arrested and he was called, and he was one of the richest men because he was a good boxer and he was doing good well. But one day he did a mistake, he was arrested and he became poor. And some person called him, he was like, man, at least I'm poor. I no longer have people who are thieves around me. You see now, because of the environment he has grown in, he thinks being successful is a sin, is something bad. Now, you have to first work on that. Why? Because when you go to church, the first thing they tell you that you're a sinner, you don't deserve anything. So most people who have ended up, who don't understand this whole philosophy of success, they think by teaching poverty, they are teaching the gospel. They are not. Our cultures bring us in a funny way, because cultures, they have their norms that stop certain groups of people to be having a success mentality. They are dampening. You're grown in a family where you cannot discuss something with your parents. You think you're inferior. Now what are you going? You speak a point and then your father comes out and says, who are you to speak that way? Who are you to challenge me? The mother thinks your idea is inferior. Why? Because that is the culture we have been brought in. Those kind of cultures are supposed to be uprooted, I tell you. But of course, you cannot change the society as a person, but you can change yourself and rebuild yourself. I'm trying to say that what is limiting your success is your personal beliefs. You have to work on your belief system. What is very common here is that most people don't believe that working together is a possibility. People want to work in isolation. You get? So that is a belief system. He strongly believes that people are hating him or her. If you're that kind of person who thinks people are hating you, why should they hate you anyway? Yes, so you're the best. You need to work on your belief system. Why? Because your religion is not there to build you. In fact, it is against in believing yourself, because they know when you believe in yourself, you will become insubordinate to their stupid requests, which are always in terms of the little money you have. So when you work on your belief system, some religions will not be happy with you. They always want you to become a humble sheep, ready to be tossed here and there with their spiritual dogmas. You need to work on yourself. So, and again, you need to work on limiting beliefs about money, limiting beliefs about personal growth, limiting beliefs on personal health. Some people think being black means being poor. I know very many black guys who are richer than white guys. I know very many big entrepreneurs who are black. And there's some other races which are also undermined. But that's all about the programming they have brought you to. If you can wire your program, if you can wire your belief system, you can become happy. Why? Why am I insisting on your belief system? I'm insisting on your belief system because it's where it gets started. You can't add gears in a car where you have underbrake. So these bad negative beliefs we have about ourselves are the ones limiting me and you from progressing. It's like adding more gears when your car is in underbrake. Those who have cars, you know what I'm talking about. Why? Because there is no progress you can make. Even if you added more years, it would go so slow. The best thing is actually removing those underbrakes and move on. And what does the under brace mean here? It is the